Good morning. Hi, Invisible, who was foist. Hi, Nibble. How are you guys doing today? Brutes. We got roots. We got brutes, which is big roots. Did someone say roots? It was you. You said roots. Big foist. Let's turn the music on right away. Is that too loud? It was me all along. Thank you, sweetie.
You're welcome.
Look, we're contrasting colors today. Look. I'm... There you go. Classic. Jimmy's made me a coffee, and we're ready to go. You guys are like a Nintendo Switch. That got me. We're like the original Nintendo Switch with the red and blue Joy-Cons. Fuck. Right at the gate, I'm hacking and coughing. Yes, Neville, you were telling us about the thunderstorm in the LA area. It was raining in LA. That's an old joke. Wait, hang on. Waiting for coffee. Emotional. Gamer unboxing scam. Thunderstorm in my area last night, and it lasted until the morning. I thought you meant Gold Thunder. Yeah, I wasn't thundering anywhere. Hello, Gold Thunder. Welcome. We're gonna be drawing more emotes today. My hair looks... What's the point? What's the point of doing it? When you put it back in the headphones, it looks like a rat's nest. Hello. Pound it. So, for those of you who weren't here last time, you got the Stardew Apple to dance on stream? I've heard he's super busy. Yep. He's on commission. He's very expensive. He's very expensive. But I do it for you guys. And also tax season's coming up, so I can claim it on taxes. So here's what we did last time. We did the Sterling Party emote. Now that I have 2.5 thousand viewers per stream, you can afford it. I'm pretty sure we got botted. I haven't directly, investigated it or anything, but I think someone view botted us the other day. Either that or we were hosted, I don't know. But it kind of makes things weird. It made things a little weird. Like, it put us at the top of the category, which is cool, but, like, it was so, it wasn't legitimate, so... Unless it was, in which case, pretty cool. First the Elden Ring DLC, now this. Legs Nation literally going to the moon. It is! We are going all the way. Without Dogecoin. We don't need that shit. I think the Stardew cow is more expensive than the apple. The cow is premium. It's like the platinum package. You were looking through the events at the mod view, couldn't find anything? Yeah, so it was probably a bot. So we drew this on Saturday. This, and this. And I think what I want to do... I'm open for suggestions, but we actually already have a backlog of suggestions in the book. Because I wrote them down. I haven't even had a sip of my coffee yet. There we go. I got rid of non-Rainbow Party Cat to free up a slot. I figured that it would be good to have that, yeah, just because it's the same. And when we get the follow emotes, I'll put the plain version as a follow emote. So if you want to get the animated one, you gotta subscribe, you gotta pay big dollars. I would probably use Rainbow Cat 9 out of 10 times. Is Pod McQuack on the list? Moji Pen? Pod McQuack. Oh, Nibble! Gifted a sub to Gold Thunder! Thank you, Nibble! Thank you very much. I thank you very much. That's the nicest thing that anyone's ever done for me. Dude. That was 25. That was 25. Wait a minute. Okay. No, it's good. They just all appeared in the corner for some reason. Good morning, Tuppence. Hello, my darling. The coffee is very lovely. So now we have a total of 3 open slots and 2 animated slots. That pushed us over to the next mission. So now that was 25 points. And now we need 35 for the next one. But I think I'm good at 3. Fluppy banned the use of Tuppence emotes on stream yesterday. What? Oh my god. Why? We were spamming them? But they're funny. He forbade you from using them? Like verbally? What? For real? Was he just like, stop it? That's weird. I just used Tuppence WoW. It's not one of my tricks. I'll have to go back and watch that. Tuppen emotes will never be blocked on this stream. If someone can find the timestamp of that and send it to me, that'd be great. He's going evil mode. He's going evil mode. Alright. This is a drama. This is a huge drama. It was when he was in Big Little World. Okay, I'll watch it. I'll go back later. I was doing a lot of chores yesterday and missed a lot of the stream. I was very productive yesterday, actually. I did the laundry. What did I do? I cleaned the windows. We went for a really big walk. I'm out of shape. What's next emote? Well, let's see. Let's have a look. I want to do a RuneScape inspired emote. I want to do a Woot emote. We have cool sunglasses Sterling and a heavy crying emote and Pog McQuack. Pogface McQuack. Let's do some sketches. You're stealing yourself for an interview this Friday? Neville, good luck. You are a very competent person. You will be successful. It's all that Pepsi Mango you've been drinking. Yeah, we got the, you gotta get rid of the 20-pack, you know? Okay. I'm still, like, waking up, so... Let's do our warm-up. Circles. This limbers up your elbow, your arm, because you're drawing with your whole arm is really good for keeping you from injuring yourself. I I can tell I'm like moving the the table and therefore moving the webcam. So sorry if it got a little shaky there. Let's draw with a different color. Let's go purple. Purple, purple. All right. So we got Woot, Sunglasses Sterling, Heavy Crying, and Pog McQuack. So Pogface McQuack. We should do... Wait. Pog is always facing this way. It just looks like a smile, not a Pog. Because Pog is like... Yeah, I'm using my own camera as reference. That's another trick of the animation trade that you learn. You make your own faces. Hold on. Let's open McQuack. Just to look at him. Just to look at him. Because this is very off model. He's too thin. He's too skinny. Too skinny. Too skinny. Dang, McQuack got those duck lips. I want to put, like, sparkle. Oh, wrong brush. That's cute. Let's do it again. It's the same. Again. Just something about it isn't... There's something here I don't like, and I don't know why. What's McQuack's favorite food? Quackers. Pretty funny. Now that's pretty good. Why do I not like this? It's because I'm fussing. His greatest vice is quack cocaine. Tuppence. You're funny. Tuppence is funny. I like Tuppence. I would never ban his emotes on my stream. Thank you, that means a lot to me. You're welcome. Let's actually look at pog faces. Because I'm doing the same one over and over. It needs to be more oval. Yeah. Like... These are all my pog emotes. For reference, thank you. What about Frogger's Nibble? The golden Froggers? It is a lovely collection. Yeah, there it is. Ah. Goodness. It's weird with the closed beak, though, on that side. But, like, this is a... Did you hear about the duck who went insane? His doctor said he was quackers. Hello, Simon. Welcome. You know those rubber ducks with the mouths open? Yeah? Is this gonna be another... Maybe that? Something like that? Hang on. Yeah. Among Us. It's just Among Us. Sussy. Wah. That's not bad. If we... It was... Whoa! I'm fussing over it. It's not good to fuss over things. I do like the idea of it being like a bit more straight on. Yeah, Froggers is pretty straight on. Wait, there's one here that I'm looking at. New from clipboard. This one's pretty funny. That one's pretty good. Hold on. It's like, well, pretty darn good. You searched up this rubber duck pogging and you found this stupid video. What'd you find? Oh, thank you. Ooh. Those are good, honey. You can post links here. This is not 1984. These are the drawings that Tuppen suggested. Very lovely. I'm definitely focusing too much on the like the organic shape that your mouth makes. Oh, you can't actually post links? What the hell? Oh, hi Panoska. How's it going? I thought I had it set so that you could post links. Hold on. Moderation. Alright. Nope. I turned it off. Turn it off. Try again. It's going. How is the leg and the leggets? Going very well. It still isn't working? Oh. Maybe it'll take over on the next stream. Legs and the leggets. For some reason, I'm struggling on this emote. Sometimes the very first thing you draw in the day, just you're a bit rusty. And multi-part leg emote, oh my god. Maybe when we get like 20 emote slots that we can afford to waste like 6 emotes on the multi-part leg. Alright, let me see. It's just some dude eating a duck. There's no sound. You just died. He was 8. He got 8. Alright. Sometimes you lose the thing. Oh, whoops. Turn that off. Sometimes you lose the thing that made it charming in the first place. That's just the way it goes sometimes. Oh, it's still purple. Big eyebrows. Looks like he just found out about Wendy's 4 for 4. Oh shit. Get it. Eat your Wendy's. Hang on, let's do another layer. He looks kind of like Bone here. Wendy's is banging. Wendy's is topped. Solid A tier on the fast food tier list. Yeah, I agree. We've got Bone here actually as the base of our book tower. I've got a tower of books here that I use for the webcam. Bone is the 1 volume edition is right down there. Bone is S tier. It's just perfect. Just perfect. It's no Hungry Jacks? Well, we can't really compare them now, can we? That wouldn't be fair to say. Let's do the beak on another layer. Oh, that's where my copy of Bone went. I just grabbed a bunch of books off the shelf, honey. This is... You solved the mystery! You did it! Oh, I'm fussing. I am really fussing over this. But it's okay. I love Tup and Wow. I can't believe we got banned. I'm like in shock. I'm like still in shock that it was banned in Fluppy's server. Fluppy doesn't even know Tuppence. Fluppy probably secretly loves it. I don't know. He's scheming to steal the emote for himself. Fluppy, wow. I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, whoop. He's being a Tup and Wow tsundere. This one's, he's kind of going like, yo! I don't like your emote or anything, baka. What's the first thing you remember drawing and realizing you were good at it? I was probably drawing like wolves and horses and stuff. Do you guys want to see one of my first drawings? Hang on. I have some drawings saved from when I was in like grade 5. I forget what folder it's in, so please bear with me. Oh. I found something from 2008, but we'll show it in like chronological order. I think I have to go on my Facebook. never show this to anyone under no circumstances ever category. Hang on. I'm just looking at my Facebook now. Fuck. Well. Oh, it's not loading. I remember... Okay, well, I can't find it. It's really, really far down. Oh no, I got it. I got it. You guys aren't ready. Here's something I drew when I was 9 years old. Oh, whoops. I'm just gonna let it hang in the air for a little bit. Yep. I was 9. Froggers. These are 2 unicorns and a dog. They were in my part of my story. You can see there's pink and blue, which currently reflects mine and Jamie's color schemes. Yeah, the dog is cool. The dog was their guide, and his name was Guido. The blue unicorn name was Sky, and the pink unicorn's name was Song. Yep. I'll save it. Put in the archive. All right. Oh shit, I haven't saved this. Legs McPog. Trace over Guido and make it an emote. That's a great idea. Should we like do this? Oh, I kind of like that. Honestly, I don't think I could try to draw a horse without it looking like a cheetah. Horses are kind of my thing. Not my thing, but like they're one of the things that I drew a lot as a kid. And and I just like to draw them. But yeah, horses scare you, Panoska. I've received a lot of proof of horse, like how evil horses are in real life, and it's just like I still like drawing them though. Like I think they're neat. Animating one though, I would die. I'm fine boarding them. Boarding them is okay because you don't have to actually animate them. But in one of my storyboards that I've done, there was a horse character in it, and it was really fun to board, but I was just like, man, this is gonna suck for you guys. Not all horses are evil? I don't know. I'm sure a lot of them are. Horses. You drew so many cats as a kid? I could never get cats right. I just could never get it right. Horses are smelly. Yeah, it kind of comes with being like a huge herbivore. It's not really their fault. Actually, maybe it is. You know what? Maybe it actually is their fault. Maybe they're doing it on purpose. You were an evil horse once? Tell us about that. It's their fault for being a horse. Yeah, you should have been born a friggin' horse. You idiot. Good job, dumbass. You got born a horse. This is weird. Something about maybe because it's not. Hang on. Turn that off. Turn this guy off. He wasn't very much help in the end. They're gonna make some real nice glue out of you. Oh no. Wait a minute, is your profile pic of a Zoombini? It is! It is a Zoombini. It's me. Really. It's just perfectly me. I need to open up, Legs McEvil and get the color, the original color of the, mouth. And the original color of The body. Oh, it was blue. Okay. This blue? Yeah. That was it. Zumbini stream when? I'll stream Zumbinis. I'll put that on the list. Put on the list. You'll see how fucking dumb I am. If you haven't already. From the RuneScape streams. Sorry if I'm not as talkative as I normally am. I'm concentrating on my art. How is RuneScape? I'm really enjoying it. I think RuneScape is poggers. Yeah, I haven't had my coffee yet. Don't talk to me until I've had my coffee. I'm a real bitch. Unless I've had my coffee. Is that the right? I think so. It's not. It's not the right one. Look at that. Big iCarly energy. iCarly 2021. Does she say that? I haven't had my coffee yet. Don't talk to me. Alright. Oh, I hit the mic. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The gal runs on coffee and fan letters to Walmart Supercenter, Illinois headquarters. I know she says bitch in one episode. Sorry. Alright, coffee. Coffee's done. I'm no longer a bitch. A bitch no more, am I? I want to do a little sparkly. Wait. This bitch doesn't know how to draw stars. I don't think that'll read very well. It might when we put in the, when we put the gradient on. I thought I heard somebody at the door. Ah, I did it again. Quackers. I'm going quackers right now. Kind of. You love it? Oh, good. Big shout out to Tuppence for giving us that, that revision, that draw over suggestions. Thanks. I think my head was in the way of your snap. Oh well. Oh man, this whole bitch talk actually made me remember. Nivel's got a story. When I was working at GameStop, one of my coworkers had gone to use the restroom. During that time, our district manager came in to check out the store. My coworker came out and was like, "A bitch is done pooping," not knowing they were there. Oh my god. A bitch is done pooping. That's so funny. gonna start saying that. A bitch is done pooping. Hold on. I'm gonna warp this a little bit. Because I think it's bothering me because it's not like a natural shape. She was so embarrassed in the DM, and the district manager and regional manager didn't even notice because I was telling them about her store's performance. Without Tuppence, no McQuack would exist. Ron 2312. And they were lecturing me that I wasn't training my team. Oh no. You were telling me about that. How they were making you take the fall for everything. Okay, I think it's bothering me because... Hold on. Well... Because perspective... Like, I'm worried too much about... They toilet trained at least. Oh my god. Whatever. No, it's not whatever. Let's just bring this down a little bit. Okay. I'm perfectionisting-ing. Is bad. Stop it. So walk us through the making of Pog McQuack. Well, like... Well, you suggested... You at Gold Thunder were actually the person to suggest that I draw a Pog McQuack, and I said, well... In order to do a Pog face on a duck, I have to look up reference. So I looked up reference. I looked at pictures of pogging and ducks. And then struggled over that. And then Tuppence gave us some lovely draw-overs, suggestions. And so we kind of took that and made our own version. You know. And then... Hang on. We need to make the line thicker. And so basically what I'm thinking about when I do an emote is readability. If you can tell what it is from being really, really small. That's like the main thing I'm thinking of. And I'm thinking of like the shapes of things. Oh yeah. And general appeal. Does it even look good? Do people like it? Is this something that people will want to use on twitch.com? Which is probably why I'm fussing over it so much. You love it? I think it looks pretty pog. That's good. That's good. I think that's pretty neat. Very much would like to use it on twitch.com. Excellent, excellent. And I'm thinking about just like the general construction of it. Like if it looks right, if that makes sense. And in that regard, I'm thinking about it as an object that's in 3D space. Because objects generally tend to follow perspective. Like maybe that's too much for a fucking PogChamp emote, like a QuackChamp emote. But sometimes when things are stylized, they look kind of weird because they don't follow the traditional rules of perspective, and it can make them look a little flat. So I'm just trying to avoid that as much as possible, because like we're getting some of it here, because things that are in 3D, they look like a box. And the box follows like some genuine rules, that the lines all go to a horizon line. Like that's a like, you know, this all extends back to a horizon line, that sort of thing. So when I'm looking at this and I see this, it doesn't really look like it's following a horizon, like the proper rules. And it just kind of, you know, that's where I start fussing over things. Because that's the kind of stuff that you think about when you're animating. It's just kind of like poisoned my brain a little bit. Poison's not the right word for it. It's definitely like it's an improvement. It improves your art. It helps things make things look a bit like, anyway. It's the fundamentals. You're right. It's art fundamental stuff that you learn in college that kind of sticks with you. It's this eyebrow that's doing it. It's cut off a bit now, but that's okay. I'll just move everything down a little bit. Anyway, that's the process, I guess. Fascinating? I'm glad you think so, because I'm worried that it comes off a little pretentious. I don't know. I just think too much about this stuff, I guess. Because it doesn't really matter. Let me look up here. I have to make these eyebrows like really thick. This eye, I think that's what's bothering me. This eye. Yeah, there we go. That reads a little better. It needs to be higher than this eye. Alright, cool. Now we can move on to the coloring. So, oh, hang on. There's some scribblies here. There. I could see some of the background through the mouth color area. Hold on. Oh no, wait, what am I doing? I'm turning that purple? It's gonna be purple. There. Alright. Oh, you know what I realized I hadn't done? My layer thing isn't... Oh, this is from Deltarune Chapter 2. If you haven't played Deltarune, highly recommend. Here are my layers. I'll show them more now that I'm drawing the, that I'm doing the colors. This song is called Welcome to the City. Oh, you've been waiting for the full thing to release? Fair enough. You too, Tuppence. Well. Don't worry, I haven't put any, like, big spoiler songs in. Oh, Nibble! You got an Asian small-clawed otter on the quiz of the day, which was which chatty animal are you from National Geographic? Okay, you got the Asian small-clawed otter. You never have to wonder if an Asian small-clawed otter is nearby. These little critters want to be heard, and you're the same way. When an otter gets separated and needs to rejoin its family, it'll make a rapid Weuk squeak to alert the others to its location. That's just one of at least 12 different vocalizations that these animals make to communicate with each other. Chirps, snorts, growls, coughs, screeches, and screams are all noi cut off. You're an African wild dog? I think that's what I got too. I got like a hyena. Against Simon, against your better judgment, you purchased a video game that was not on sale. Final Fantasy VIII Remastered. Well, how much was it? How much was that? I'm sure it's fine. Oh. Continued. Noises these critters will make. You don't snort or growl to get your family members or friends' attention, but you certainly sometimes feel like screaming or screeching when you have something important to say. That is very on brand for you, Nibble, I feel. So what I've done is I've added a gradient, and I've put it on the multiply layer and turned the opacity down. $24.99, but it's the principal. Yeah, where are the savings? Where are they? You know what? I think I want to add... I want to add a little bit of shading to the eyes here. I want... Which gradient? We've got a manga gradient. Oh shit. Oh, wrong one. Why is that? Oh, here we go. What? Why is it doing that? I think it... Hold on. Oh, this one's weird. Here, I'll just do this, and then I'll change it. If you remember correctly, the gradient is to add dimension. Yeah, it just simply adds a little bit more, more dimension to just a flat color. It makes it a little bit more visually interesting. So I'm gonna change the... Hold on. Let's make the color underneath something that isn't black. We'll make it this blue color here. So that when we put this on multiply, it will actually show up. Oh, Hi, Janaik! Oh man, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon music is my childhood too. I love it. Now we're just going crazy. We're doing something wild. Because I've added these stars here, I feel like it should be more anime. Yeah, that's nice. What I've done is I've just added another layer here and then just drawn a highlight and a shadow. Yep. I still don't really like the, the Junimo. Hi, Senna! We've got a pounded chain going on. Just a little guy, just a little friend. He was very expensive to get, actually. I am going to have to, claim that on my taxes as a business expense in order to financially recover. I think... What's this? What did I put that there for? I think it looked weird because the skull was too small. So what I'll do is just widen it a little bit. This emote is Whoa! It's whoa! Widen the skull is the last thing you want to hear before you go under. Yeah, you don't want to hear the physician doing that. Making such a statement. Okay. Just making sure the gradient came over. It reminds me of that one seagull meme where it's like deep breath and then yeah. I know what you mean. It's like no wonder why I got fired from my surgeon job. Wait, any of y'all use a Theracane before? Like a therapy cane? What's that? What's that? I'm gonna add another gradient to the beak. With the classic mango gradient. So what I didn't really do last time was add highlights. Oh, whoops. Not highlights, refracted light. So what it basically is, sterling. Hang on, I'm gonna find the color that I used for the shadow layer. It was like green. It's like this green color. Show us the boy. He's loafed up. Don't mind the garbage can. Can't see it. I got it. Do you see him? Sterling? Sterling? Hey! Sweetheart! Baby! Hey! Hey! Oh, he's yawning. Oh yes, I do see him. Very good. That was a good song for the Sterling cam. So basically, light bounces off of all surfaces, and even in areas where there's a shadow, there'll be a little bit of light still. And I feel like for this would have been nice. Everything the light touches is ours. It's true. Yes. But hey, maybe it's too much. Why is that so light? Oh, okay. That was weird. I don't know why I did that. I want to do... Let's do like this. Earth Bud. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's do overlay. It's already... Hang on. Screen? No. Soft light? Nah. Overlay. Let's do... What color should it be? Blue? You're a bottlenose dolphin. Cool. That's sick. That's sick as hell. Nah, that looks weird. We'll just do white. Coffee? You like to drink water? Question of the day for the VOD watchers is, what's your favorite drink to have in the morning? Too normal? That's not, like... Some people don't like water. And I can tell you that the best thing when you wake up is that first glug of nice water. Oh shit. Whoops. Though I've been opting for cold brew lately instead of my hot coffee. Well, it is summertime, right? Can't really blame ya. Mainly, yeah, because it's 1,000,000 degrees. Well, that doesn't look good. Yeah, there we go. That's better. The disembodied beak was spooky. Hang on. I'm gonna do a color change on the eyes so that they read better. I might keep them as the same, but then just change the saturation. Oh, that's a cute pigeon. I think for the eyebrows, I'll do just a little Something to separate it from the head. That's weird. It's weird. Oh my god. Maybe I just need to make them a lighter color? Slightly lighter. You love this guy? Me too. Just like barely noticeable. The little shine is on his horns come through really well. That's good. That's good to hear. I think the evil one turned out really well. I don't like the eyebrows now. They're driving me nuts. Just because you can't really tell that they're eyebrows. Oh, whoops. I need to make the eyebrows a different color. Different layer. You gotta use Groucho Marx as a visual reference. Probably a good idea. At this point. Oh, wait. There we go. Now the eyebrows are on a different layer. And there we go. Oh, where's the stars? Here we go. This should be an example of why you should label your... label yo shit. Don't be like me. And then this eyebrow is... that looks pretty good. One trillion layers. Take notes. Label your shit. Good, good. Do as I say, not as I do. Where's the green? Here we go. Multiply. Oh, that's way too harsh. This is a weird shape to do a shadow for. Okay. Yeah, bean shaped. It's bean shaped. You're right. Oh. It's already been an hour and a half. Shouldn't the shadow line up with the one on his back? Well, let's see. Because this is a new part of his body. So, like, the shadow does go that way. Hang on. So when you think of how, like, the direction the shadow is going, the light would hit this spot, like here, and then it would kind of go like this, and then hit the beak, and it technically, like, would, I feel like it would cause the shadow to be more under this area, and it would be more light down here. And you're not silly or dumb. I'm just overthinking it. I don't know why this emote in particular, I'm really overthinking it. It's just because that looks a little... That looked fine. It looks like teeth. We don't want it to look like teeth. That's why. What if you just gave him some big old teeth? Just fully submit to the teeth. Human teeth. Okay, but it's kind of funny. It actually looks better. Guys. This is why I need people. To give suggestions. That's too many teeth. That's so funny. It's perfect. It makes sense because in Quack, in the Quack emote, he has teeth. Exactly. That was the thing it needed. It needed teeth. That's so... He canonically has teeth. I'm just in awe right now. And doesn't... When it's... Listen. He can get you a Quack who can do both. Where is it? Where is this? Okay. Where's the beak? Shadow. Alright. I'm making the eyes green. Like... Purple duck with green eyes. Contrast. Love. I love it. Hold on. Maybe a little inspiration from this Junimo here. This Junimo sprite. Just a little. Just a little highlight here. No, that doesn't make any sense. Oops. I'm gonna do... Wait. Just a little bit of a... No, not that. Watery? No, that doesn't... I just feel like there needs to be something here in the middle. But that's not it. Whatever it is that I feel like I need, just a little something. Hands, not hands. They're just a little blush. They're just a little blush right there. That just added a little bit. Not so hard of a... There. Hands with a knife. You guys probably can't tell, but I can. A little eye wrinkle. Alright. Where is eyes? Where does eyes go? Oh. I think that's good. I think I'm gonna get rid of the stars. And just put a regular. No. We need the stars. I don't think the wrinkle really fit. But I think that's good. I think that's good. Stars are cute. I like this. Thank God. Thank God I didn't delete them. There. Love them. That's good. Considering how long it took to perfect him and make him perfect. All right. Let's see. Let's put him up. Auto resize. Oh my God. Guys. Refresh. Refresh your stream. There it is. Oh, hang on. Where's mine? Thanks. He looks good. He looks good. I'm very happy with that. All right. We've done it. That was a journey. That was a journey. These two together really tell a story. I'm glad you like it. With every emote, we become stronger. Oh. Let's see. The prophecy has been fulfilled. That was a good crack. Sorry. It was a good crack. Alright. On to the next one. I want to do a RuneScape one. I could quack. Oh my God. Hang on. I'll get myself some more water. I'll be like 2 seconds. Oh. I'm back. I had to fill up the water jug. Blow my nose. Alright. Okay. Next, we have... I want to do... Okay, hang on. So this is my RuneScape character. Right? I took a picture of her. Thoughts on an F or a RIP emote? Like F? Oh, I do fail a lot. I do kind of suck ass. McF. We can add that to the list. I want to do Woot though. Because Woot could just be like... Woot is kind of like Pog, though. Oh, good night, Gold Thunder. Thanks for coming. I'm glad you had fun. Because I could literally just do, like... Woot. But I don't... That's no fun. I don't want it to be just words. Maybe we'll shelve the Woot one for a while. I just want to do one of my RuneScape character. Woot, but the ooh are eyes. I kind of like this face where it's like... Hang on. Or maybe like... Like when I'm embarrassed. Give her big ears. Do you like that? And like a little tiny witch hat. open the... Those are good faces. I really like this one. We can make the hat bigger. I just want to have like one of my RuneScape character. Would an embarrassed one be cool? And he could work as an animated one? That's a good idea. Let's see how this one even goes. Gaming. Hi, Nuff. We are definitely participating in some high-level gaming right now. I'm trying my RuneScape character as an emote. Okay, we'll actually label this face, hair, eyes, and mouth. And also the eyebrows. Thank God I told Twitch you were skillful. Thank God. Fake artist? What do you mean? I went to art school. Here's the hat. Let's make the hat go all the way. Layers need to be called new layer, a new layer 1, a new layer 1 duplicate, a new layer 1, new layers 1, 1 duplicate 1, 2. That's the system. I know. I don't have an excuse. I have this on shuffle, but it's playing all the Amori songs back to back to back. Oh well. For this one, I'm just doing it thicker in certain spots. I feel like that adds a little more dimension to it that way. Where's this ponytail? Okay. Okay. Wait a minute. This one is the wrong... I used the wrong pen on that one. Oh my goodness gracious. Is that the end of the playlist? Come on. Loop playlist. Hmm. There we go. Can you guys hear that? Let me know. Very good. Alright, save as. Blush. Legs make blush. I really like this. I think this is really cute. Let's change the eyebrows. You know what I forgot to do in the last one? I forgot to really test it. I forgot to put it in the tester. So I'll make sure to do that for this one. Now this one is probably going to be a little bit lighter colored. Let's just steal the skin tone really quick. That is very yellow. And that's kind of orange. Yeah, that's nice. And then I'm going to lock the transparency on the eyes and mouth layer, because that's where the blushes are. The struggles of the I already forgot the name of the tool to duplicate colors and it doesn't look right. What? Oh, the color picker? The eyedropper? Let's make this more like a... Oh, those... No, it needs to be like bright pink, because if it's red, then it looks like Naruto or something. You remember when you were struggling in Photoshop class? Oh no, yeah. Look at that, that's so cute. So we have the hair color on one layer, and now we have to put another one on for the ponytail. And the hat is pure black, so what I'll do is I'll make it more of like a purple or a blue color. And then, oh, whoops. I'll duplicate it. Just so we have a layer that's just the default color. There we go. Make sure it's not going too far onto the other layers. And I can see there's some blue coming in on the hair, so I didn't color that very well. There we go. And now that I'm close, I can see some parts of the skin where I did that as well. I keep hitting the mic with my pen because everything is just a little too close together here. We're just a little too close. There we go. We'll do, oh, maybe not multiply. Maybe we'll do an overlay. No, you can't see that now. Let's do normal. And then for this color, X, just make it more purple. Oh. There we go. That looks alright. That looks okay. There we go. And now because I've... Oh, whoops. I've made like 2 gradients here. We can have it... It doesn't like go up the full hat as like one layer. It looks like it's tiered. Cute. Ah, thank you. I'm just fiddling with the saturation a little bit. 46 and 21. Nope, not brightness, contrast. 1, 26. There. Pretty happy with that. Let's add a shadow of a probably green again. The green shadow has been working for me so far, so I'm happy with that. Oh, actually. It looks good up there. I'm just gonna move this hat over a bit. The line is cut off pretty bad. It's still cut off, but you know. I think what I'll do is I'll just paint on the shadows here. Where's my paint? Where's the one I like? Is it this one? Oh, that's too big. A bleed blender? No, that's not it. Uneven layering brush? No, that's not it either. Oh, there's Sterling. Show him. Hello. Sterling.
He wants to be free so he can be petted.
Yes. Pet me. Pet me. Jamie's going to get his hair cut. You see? He's gonna get it all cut off.
Gotta be completely bald.
Oh, don't say that. You know, I said I would color this, but I'm forgetting to I'm skipping steps a little bit. I forgot to finish the shadows on the hat. Multiply. Oh, that looks weird now. I'll just do it like this. Now we'll do just a little refracted light here. That's weird. I went on that big spiel about refracted light, and now every time I do it, it looks weird. Oh well. Let's just do some of this. And some of this. Bald tuppence. I would hate to see it. TBH. Let's make this shadow and overlay too. That looks a little better. Overlay just kind of samples it. Samples the color below it a little better. Yeah. That's good. How do I... Hold on. I'm having a moment where I forget how I draw. You know, we all been there. Sometimes you gotta look at your old stuff. Maybe some rim lighting on the side of the face. Yeah. Like, hang on. I'll show you. Not I'll show you, but, sometimes I just forget how I draw. Alright. Let's do... tonal correction. There. Okay. Oh, wait. Now I have to get this color because we changed the tone of it. And now let's do this. Just a little gradation. I don't think that's the right word. Do we want a little highlight on the eyes? Other way. No, we want them to look dead inside. Just fully dead. Okay. Now for this, we're gonna do a little bit of a blue shadow. Oh yeah, that looks good. Dead. D-E-D. Alright. Looks good. And now... there I'm gonna do an anime highlight. Oh, this might not... It might not show up because the hair is too light. Hold on. I'm just gonna draw it. Make it an overlay. And then go into the tonal correction. And just... Oh no. Don't do that. We might leave it. You know? It'll show up for the people who use full-size TVs as monitors. Yeah. That's the thing. You gotta think about your audience. You gotta think about who's watching on what. Like me. Yes, like Senna. If we should all strive to be like Senna. Gonna duplicate the hair. Let's use this as a testing. As a tester. They don't call it Twitch.tv for nothing. Exactly. You right, you right. Let's do multiply. Yes. Look at that. Where's the other hair? Where's the other hair? There we go. There, we got the... This is more like a mid-tone and the light tone instead of the dark tone, mid-tone, and highlight. And then this is multiply. Look at that. (62) on the opacity makes it not so harsh. And for the face, we're gonna do the highlights. Screen? Let's make it a bit. Yeah. Just a little something like that. And now for the hair, we'll do... Just do a little bit of that. So we have a little something something right there. Just a little something something. I like that. I think that's good. I think that's pretty darn good. Oh, we need the highlight for the ponytail, and then I think that'll be it. Pretty darn epic. Oh, I like that. I like having that little... Oh, whoops. Here it is. That little break. Maybe I'll have it on this side. Yeah, that's cool. That's pretty cool.
I'm off. I'll see you later.
Okay, see ya. Have fun. Get your hair cut. Okay, so I have to remember we have to open and close that, then open as the PNG. There's just the one layer. We need to open the... Wait a minute. Where'd it go? The tester. Where's my little tester thing? My tester template. It's not in my open recent because I opened too many other things. It must be in 2021. My 2021 folder. No. What the heck? Test. Yeah, testing. Can we go to open file location, please? That's in pictures. Should not be there. I'm putting you... Hold on. You guys can't see this. I'm organizing. There. Oh my god, it's so cute. Ah, I can't grab it. It's so cute. Oh my god. And it goes with our color scheme too, because the hair is like purple. It uses the same gradient as McQuack. You know what I forgot about? I forgot about Launchpad McQuack. So that's just a character with the same name as McQuack. So I think I'm happy with that. Memory unlocked yet again. I'm really messing you up today, huh, pal? Legs McBlush? Is that a good name for it? Legs McBarrassed. Legs McOno. No, let's just leave it as Blush. Alright, guys, refresh your Twitch. You do like oh no? Legs McErm. It looks good. Oh, it's starting to rain, I think. Yet another epic emote to added to the tool belt. Cool. We have one slot left, and then that's it. That's all we get. Apart from the 2 animated ones. I'm probably not gonna do the animated ones today. Which is fine. Maybe a laughing type? Well, we have Quack already, which is kind of a laugh. So here are the suggestions that we have currently. We've got sunglasses, Sterling. Yeah, like cool. We could do a cool one. Heavy crying and F. Maybe we can do a prediction. Let's see, which emote should we do? Let's do a poll, you guys! Cool sunglasses. Heavy crying. F. Or laughing. I think there aren't many people here, so let's just start the poll. I eagerly await the results. So far, 1 for each. It's a 3-way tie. We still have time. Someone can be the tiebreaker. We need... Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Come on! Just one more person needs to vote. I'll give you all my pantaloonies for McF. Okay, well... that didn't go so well. You can resign my vote for McF? I went with heavy crime, but McF seems pretty funny. Alright, well... There are no losers with this poll? Okay. You know what'd be funny? That's white. Do you have a preference? I'll do McF. We'll go with McF because that's 2 votes. A heavy crying F with sunglasses. You know what'd be funny? Just this. That kind of looks like an E. It's a big fat F. It's like it's slammed down. Will that read well? Just crushed by the weight of this F. Do you like that? Is that funny to you? Because this... This is the tear. Squeezed. He is squeezed. This is his foot. Let's angle this up a little bit so he's going like there. He's arching his back. The single tear is sending you. Oh, what? Oh, look what happened. I drew everything on the tear layer. There. Here. And then we'll fuse these layers together. Merge selected layers. There we go. Yep. Oh no, the tear isn't with it. There we go. I had to make sure both layers were selected. And then this hand is going like this. I'm gonna flip this. So he's going like, oof. No, I think that's funny. I think it's funny when it's upside down. Alright. Here's the F. Here it comes. What if we just did it like... Hang on. What was the one I got the other day? Was it just bold? I don't remember. No, I hate that. I'm just changing the font. Anime inept. No. Well, what about if we bold it? No. Which... Where was it? The bold font. Oh, don't rotate it. What if the F was tilted to the right of it? Yeah, I'll put it on a italics. It does not really do italics now, does it? I'll have to rasterize it. This is just mostly... Mostly just to help me plan it out. Because it's gonna be... If it's gonna be in dark mode, then people can't see it, so... Hang on. And if it's gonna be in light mode, people can't see that either. So it has to be something... Save as. F. Okay. So we need to add a drop shadow to it, so we need to multiply. And then put it... Oh, whoops. Stop. Stop. Because in here you can't just easily, like, add an outline. We'll just trace it. We'll just trace that. not this brush. Maybe not this brush. I'm gonna rasterize this so that I can edit that. There, it's like coming down upon him. Where is it? Nope. 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 Don't like that. What I'm doing is I'm just holding the shift. I'm clicking, and then with the shift key held, I'm creating a straight line. There. That looks good. IMO. IMO. I'm gonna change the color of the background. Yeah, I like it too because it's like it's coming down upon it, upon McQuack. I need to open this one to get the base color. Yep, I keep clicking the wrong one. This was a highlight for the other drawing. Here's the yellow. Ooh. And the foot, I'll do the foot as well. Eek. And then foot. There. Let's just see how this looks in the tester. As it is now. Because it might just look like an F. Alright, close this. Open FPNG. Oh. Might need to boost the line art a little bit. Other than that, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And that was the... What pen was that? Oh, shit. Where'd it go? I love McSqueesh. Is it this? No. Oh, dear. I forget which pen it was. Oh, no. Was it a pencil? Uh-oh. Suzu pen. Yep, okay. Yep, that was it. Make this really thick. Make it so thick. There we go. Really squish them in there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There, the weight of your actions. Let's make it red. Let's make it red. Yes, yes. Blood red. Oh yeah. Now, gradient. Here we go. Oh. Whoopsie doodle diddly dee. There we go. Okay, I have to make sure that... There we go. Alright. Give me the green color. And now... Sorry if I'm I think I apologized already for being quiet, so I'm gonna stop doing that. I'll try to anyway. That's just part of our heritage. Our Canadian heritage. We can't help it. Let's do like... Hold on. Multiply 28. And then we'll do the shadow layer. Yeah, it's involuntary. Like the Midwestern oop. Oop. And I oop. Oh. This is leaving a cast shadow on the ass. Should be a different shade. I'll make it blue. Or maybe red. What happens if we make it red? Ooh. I'm away. And highlight on the head. And maybe here. And we need the beak. Whoops. Duplicate the beak. And we're gonna add the mango gradient. That looks good. Maybe we'll put a gradient on the F as well. Nope. Nope. Don't like that. F. There we go. That looks pretty good. Yes, spam my emotes. Soon we will become strong. We will become powerful. This guy definitely sent the F. Sure did. Ah, sorry. My eye. Ugh. Goodness gracious. his teethless twin. It would explain the lack of teeth. No, those are his lips. They're going. He's going like. You can't see his teeth right now. Like, it's just the way it is. No, that doesn't read very well. McEvil is trying to steal McQueen's teeth. McQuack's teeth. McQuack eating popcorn mixed snack. Oh my god, that's so cute. I love that. Now, the foot. Put the gradient on the foot. Yes. Yes, indeed. The dock sign. Brands the undead. I don't know why. I haven't been able to stop saying that since Dark Souls 1 came out. I don't know why. It's just something that's in my head. Huh. I'd say that's pretty well done. I'm gonna write down McSnack. McSnack. McQuack. Eating. Popcorn. Sterling. He's awakening. Oh wait, I cut that off. Yes, Sterling? I need to pet Sterling's ass. Ow. Sterling. What's wrong? Classic Sterling. Alright. Let's do the effect now. Let's do it yellow. Let's do it in yellow. Hang on. Effects is something that I've never been good at. It just looks weird. Put it underneath the F. Hold on. The tear should go. And should be. Wait. That's the end of the playlist. Damn it. Animal Crossing music is just easy. Oh, we could do that Stardew Valley one again. I mean, we're gonna be done soon. We're doing RuneScape. RuneScape. There, it just needs to be something like that, I guess. It looks kind of weird. You're not gonna be able to see it. You're not gonna be able to see it. If it's tiny like this. Yeah, like motion lines. That's what I'm kind of trying to do. It's just this, the actual parts of the F are kind of messing it up on this side. So maybe if I... do a little something like that. Maybe it can just be like an impact. Oh, you know what? Maybe he can go like this. Nah. Well, let's just see how it looks. Oh, it's already open. Whoops. Do not save. F, PNG. File open. F clip, and then F PNG. Copy. I think that's fine, honestly. F for fine. Yeah, it looks weighty. And the trouble is if you add too much detail, you lose the detail. F for fantastic. Let's just go with that. I mean, hang on. There. Just had to fix that up. Fix this up. Okay. Oh, beak highlight. We need the beak highlight. Why can't you not see that for some reason? Okay, that was weird. My bad. There we go. That looks good. Do not save. Save as. Okay. The last slot shall be filled. Now, just calling it F might make it hard for people to actually access it. So what should we call it? Like Legs McFail? Legs McSquish? What do you think? Legs McSqueesh. Legs 1 McSqueesh. We're going with Squish. Yes. Oh. That one is pending approval. We've added too many emotes today, I guess. They can't, I guess the robot couldn't tell what it was, so they need a human being to look at that. Oh well. We still got 2 epic emotes today. Well, yeah, silly robot. Where is it? And then we have Pog. Yes, there they are. There they are, our gorgeous emotes. I can't exit this now. I have to read it over here. F for the robot. So many cool emotes I can use. Well, guys, I think I'm gonna end it for the day. We've been going for like 3 hours, and three emotes is a lot. I need to have some lunch. If you guys haven't joined the Discord yet, please do. Follow the channel if you haven't yet, so you can be notified of when the next stream is. I do a lot of RuneScape. I do drawing. I do other things. And there's the YouTube where I put the VODs. I'm making thumbnails now, which is pretty cool. Making my own thumbnails. Oh, streamer lunch. This was a lot of fun to watch. Enjoy your lunch. Thank you. Thank you very much. I hope you guys have a nice night. Have a good day. Good farewell, VOD watchers. I hope you have a lovely day, night, whenever you're watching this. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.